Assalamu alaikum family, it's your brother King Cam, and in this video I kind of want to discuss is Islam an Arab religion. Now, many of us think that Islam is an Arab religion because we have only been taught and we have only seen Arabs who practice Islam and believe that those that practice Islam in the West or the members of the Nation of Islam are actually practicing an Arab religion, when that could be 100% farthest from the truth. So I want to kind of discuss that today, because many of us, a lot of our YouTube scholars, study and research Islam, and they get all of their research and information based on the Arabs and based on Islam in the East, and they think that we have taken up their religion, when in truth Islam is as old as God himself. Islam was here before there was an Arab. Islam was here before there was a Mecca, before there was a Medina, before there was a Kaaba, before there was any of that. Islam was in existence. So when you study and understand that Islam has no birth date, Islam has no beginning or no ending, then you will know that Islam is not an Arab religion. In truth, Islam is the nature in which we are created. It tells us this in the Holy Quran, that Allah chose for us Islam as a religion. And why did he choose for us that as a religion? He chose for us Islam as a religion because Islam means peace. And since we are direct descendants of God himself, and God himself is peaceful, then he would want his children to be the same as him, peaceful. So he gave us Islam as a religion. So this is why when you are greeted by the brothers and the sisters, or anyone who practices Islam, we come in peace. Assalamu alaikum. Meaning peace be unto you. Because we always want to come in peace, because we know that ultimately this is what we want. This is the world that we want to live in. This is the life that we want to live. We want to live a peaceful life. We want to have peace of mind. So this is why Islam was chosen for us as a religion. But many of us are confused because they see Arabs who practice Islam. They see Arabs who pray 5 times a day and fast during Ramadan and, practice all the principles and all the pillars of Islam. But the difference between Islam in the East and Islam established in the West, as taught by the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Farrakhan, is that Islam is our lifestyle. See, we are the original people that came with the planet Earth, and we inhabited all of the planet Earth. So that place called Saudi Arabia, or that place called the Middle East, that many of us, when it comes to our mind, we think about white Arabs. See, at a point in time, that was all black.
Oh my God!
Islam is not something that we do on a week-to-week basis or a few days out of the week. Islam is what we live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We are striving each day to be peaceful. We are striving each day to overcome emotion and rise into the thinking of God. We are striving each and every day to be charitable. We are taught that our prayer is a remembrance of God each and every time we do it. So we strive not to only pray 5 to 7 times a day, but we want to pray as much as possible living in this wicked world. So this is what Islam is for us. So just remember that next time someone tells you that, oh, those brothers and sisters over there, they practicing some Arab religion. That's not something that we do, because the Arabs enslaved our people and forced them by the sword to be converted into Islam. That's farthest from the truth. That complete area was black. And the Honorable Minister Farrakhan tells us that when he visited the Middle East and traveled throughout the Middle East, he met some of the original Arabs. And these original Arabs were dark, melanated people. And he asked them how long had they been in that area. And they told him for as long as they can remember, because they're original people. Everywhere on this planet Earth, original people have been, or our Caucasian counterparts have come into contact of artifacts or evidence that we were there before they got there. See, there was no race of people prior to 6,000 years ago. It was just original people. There was no borders prior to 6,000 years ago because we inhabited all of the planet Earth and used some of these places for prisons, such as North America and Europe. And we still inhabited some of these other places throughout the planet Earth. So let it be clear that Islam, as practiced by the Nation of Islam through the teachers of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Farrakhan, is not nothing no Arab gave us. Nothing that no Arab gave us. But it's a lifestyle that we practice that God himself deemed our religion. You practice this religiously. You practice this lifestyle religiously. And this is how you're going to be successful. And this is why we strive each and every day to put these concepts and these principles into action. We go out each and every day and we looking to be peaceful. We looking to bring peace. We looking to establish peace wherever we are. We looking to be charitable. And I'm not talking about just finances. Many of us think it's financial when it comes to charity, but you can also be charitable with your time. You can be charitable with your services. You can be charitable with your deeds and your actions. And we strive to do this each and every day. What can you give? Most of us, we go about our day trying to figure out what we can take, but the righteous want to see what we can give. What kind of value can we provide? See, we pray not only 5 to 7 times a day because this is what is accustomed in the Muslim or the Islamic religion, but because prayer is a remembrance of God. So we want to pray not 5 to 7 times a day, but as many times a day as possible in this wicked world. Because it's necessary. Islam is necessary in this world. Because it's the only lifestyle or religion that really brings you peace. It's the only lifestyle or religion that removes fear from us completely. Because in Islam, we are taught to fear no one but Allah. So this is why our slave-making buddies took 64 years to actually make a slave. This is called the $64 million question. And in school, we were taught that slavery started in 1619. But it's a reason why they gave you the year 1619. That's because 64 years prior was 1555. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that John Hawkins, the Caucasian, went into Africa, and that's when he attempted to take his first slaves from the shores of West Africa. But it took 64 years to get that slave you see in 1619 that's hitting the shores of Virginia. Because our forefathers and those slaves that you got from West Africa in 1555 was no pushovers. They didn't fear nothing but Allah. And the Honorable Minister Farrakhan said they were Muslims. So they fought. They didn't bow down, they fought. And the Quran teaches us that you should never be the aggressor. But if aggressed upon, then you fight with those who fight with you. You fight like hell with those that fight with you. So when they came and tried to take us, try to remove us forcefully from our homeland, we fought like hell with those who fought with us. So it took 64 years to make a docile enough slave to get us from Africa to Virginia and Jamestown. So this is what Islam does for the black man. This is why they try to outlaw Islam. This is why they propagate Islam as an Arab religion. This is why they try to make terrorists Islamic. Because they don't want Islam nowhere near the black man and black woman in America, because then you will no longer be a slave. You will no longer lay down and be oppressed. You will no longer lay down and take the type of treatment that we've taken for 465 years here in America. You won't do it. You won't do it. Why? Because it's not in your nature. We already naturally want to rebel, but then that rebellion gets suppressed by our traditional Christianity. And there's nothing wrong with Christianity, so I don't want my Christian brothers and sisters to come at me. Because there's nothing wrong with Christianity, because taught right, the teachings of Jesus was freedom, justice, and equality. So Jesus wasn't laying down. He was arguing with the Jews and telling them, you are of your father, the devil, the father of lies. See, so Jesus was teaching hard and wasn't backing down in his teaching if we knew properly. But the problem is we was taught Christianity by our open enemy. Our open enemy gave us our religion here in America, which is Christianity, and gave you a white Jesus with blonde hair and blue eyes and told you to turn the other cheek. Huh? And that was because if you turn the other cheek in religion and your deity, Jesus taught you to love your neighbor and love your master, then in turn, in slavery, you would love your master, who were our open enemy. You would turn your cheek to your open enemy. See? So it's all mind games. So this is the truth about Islam and what a true believer or a true Muslim is. So next time somebody tell you that Islam is an Arab religion, you tell them go check this video out. Go listen to my brother. And he gives you a complete and concise breakdown on what true Islam is. Thank you for watching. Peace. Assalamu alaikum.